I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Is everybody in the world blind?
Please, Lord, give me a sign.
A sign.
Marga, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. Let me just share this live real quick.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some loose shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my Kelly Butterfly, what's going on, baby?
Everybody in the world blind.
Please, Lord, we're about to kick this thing off. Been a beautiful day.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Some things you gotta get out the way, you know what I'm saying? This reaction is one of them.
Give me a sign.
A sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along.
Miss
Trust me,
Chicago.
there's nothing wrong.
Hey, so don't ask questions, shut your lid. That's what they want us to do, man. Don't ask questions, shut your mouth.
Don't let them tell you what to do, man. They don't know shit.
That's right. Man, I gotta let that song play again, boy. Like, for real. This song applies to real life right now. I'm talking about, man. Listen to this, man. This song is fire, man. How y'all doing, though? How y'all doing? Did you miss me? I know I was on KB's panel today. A couple of y'all might have seen me on there. You know what I'm saying? Remember to hit the like button as you come in if you're watching the replay, especially. My goodness. People on the live, I'm sure they hit the like button, alright?
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now.
Get it right now.
I'm losing it, the noose it fits, some loose shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign. A sign. Give me a sign, Lord. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Everybody. That's how I feel. Lord, help me, please.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons.
No mercy.
Different versions, each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance.
We're about to pull back the curtain, y'all.
Don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
Alright.
Like I'm losing my mind.
Alright.
Is everybody in the world?
All right, let's get it, man. Let's get it. 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 Cut the music. Let's get it. All right, so it's another Bolo V&R. All right, 2.0. This is the backup channel. Of course, I will be, and I want to say salute to all the new subscribers. Woo! Shout out to that. Yes, Lord. Shout out to all the new subs, man. Hey, man, and the last video that I did on this topic of politics here in Jamaica, where I did a reaction to the Jamaican Carlos TV channel's, live stream, some of the things he said. You see the thumbnail. I got a lot of interactions in the chat, and I welcome those interactions, even if I disagree with you vehemently. Now, I have no ill will towards anybody, and their opinions about me covering their prime minister. But however, I will point out some inconsistencies. Now, I'm not afraid to let you know you full of shit if you full of shit. I'm just letting you know. Yeah. So with that said, let me share this real quick. Let me share my screen real quick and go here. All right. Boom. Check this out, my good people. Check this out. Wait, here it is. I didn't know. No. No. Okay. Go back. I don't know why I've been looking at myself right now. Myself right now. All right. So here we go in the comment section. And there was a very interesting comment. This one right here. Right? Let's see. I'm gonna just scroll across. The person says, "Ease off our prime minister. It is we Jamaican put him to govern, and if we Jamaican remove him, and is we Jamaican to remove him. For now, he is doing okay. So all played vloggers who trying to discredit the prime minister, and your holiness." Wow, and your holiness. Okay. I didn't even see that, aka bro God. All right. You all can continue try because it's not working. You guys only bigging up Andrew. You guys only bigging up Andrew holiness more. All right, so let me translate that for you now, good people. Basically, what this person is saying is that the more we talk about Mr. Andrew Holness, somehow we are making him look good, and he has done well. I don't know if this person thinks I'm not Jamaican because I speak English, but sir, I am Jamaican. I live in Jamaica. Or ma'am, I don't know. Me no disrespect. However, and there were some positive comments in there. Salute to all the people. You know what I'm saying? There was another interesting comment out there from this lady. I don't know if it's still up or she deleted her comment. But it's very interesting to see those types of comments. To say that he's doing okay, what does that even mean? What do you mean by the prime minister is doing okay? I'm sure he is. He seems to be, very wealthy at this point, so he is okay. He's doing okay. Oh yeah, he's doing okay. So what are you doing? You're gonna discount all the people that are vocalizing how they really feeling and what's really going on in their lives? Is this what you die hard to? You called him bro God. You called him holiness. I don't know if you did that on purpose or what, but it seems like you're glazing, son. You're glazing hard, son. Pause, no diddy. That's crazy. But anyway, let me get to the content. Now, I came across a video from Ibrahim Troy. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta tell you, I did a comparison before, in terms of comparing leaderships between Andrew Holness and Ibrahim Troy, and I would love to invite y'all to go check that out. I think it's on my main channel, but I don't have time to. You'll see, it's a thumbnail looking like this. Two of them faces up there together, right? Now, before I do that, I want to play a video that when I heard this first video,
and the pale people them, it better for no.
yeah, when I heard this first video and I heard this young man speak and he mentioned Ibra and Troy, this young man that I'm about to play, this is Talk Your Mind TV, right? And this is a small snippet. Big up Talk Your Mind TV. I'm a moderator over there. Fair use. Let me play the music. 1.5. I'm gonna play that 1.5 speed. And I'm also gonna play my little music in the background. You feel me? Yeah. Keep it smooth right there. All right. Let me check my phone to see if that's too loud for you guys. Hopefully it's not. You know, I gotta be mindful of the experiences that you guys are having when you're watching the content. I want to make sure that the sound is great and the visual is also great, so you get quality in terms of the product that we deliver here. Sometimes it takes a little time. Oh, before I do that, remember to like and share the video, subscribe, and thanks to the new subscribers. Follow me on Instagram. You see on the screen. If you're watching the replay, hit the like button. All right, the anonymous link is pinned in the top of the comment section. We are not yet monetized. That is my goal, to be monetized as soon as possible. So keep subbing up, keep telling a friend, tell a friend. But in the meantime, if you want to support the channel monetarily, the anonymous link is the only way to go, and it's always pinned in the top of the comment section. All right, better believe it. We got Ryan Campbell in the building. How you doing, my brother? Big up yourself. Salute. Without any further ado, I have 2 videos to play, and I'm gonna take my time. All right, so check this out. Let's go.
Bible right off of we, the Melanites, and the pale people. We, the Bible talk of, we are the gods of the land, and we, the Bible refer to, we is the gods of the land. But them out, we look outside of ourselves for something else. And if you look around and see if the pale people them are as a Satan, you just check it out. The pale people them are Andrew and I worship. These people are Satan. The Bible talk about we and them, and they make it look like they talk about something else. A matter of fact, you see, I want to hear this.
Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You may talk to right now. I'm come to talk to you. Look at my face. I'm laughing. He's a young youth. Young ghetto youth, I might see me.
Now, this is the young man that's speaking now. So this is the audio. Check this out.
Yeah, I might think I want to dance one them, but I don't want to dance one them, so listen to me good. I just want to ask you some questions before me even crucify you or even chastise you. I'm not talking about me even crucify you. I just want to ask you some questions, Mr. Andrew Holness. You see me and say, what type of legacy you want to leave behind with the Jamaican people? What type of leader you want to be? Because we see your true colors, you know. We see your true colors and we see it, so you're not really for the people. You pretend like you're for the people, but you're really not for the people. You take Jamaican people as a big idiot. You take them as a big set of idiot. You say, boy, I can't just put on one clocks and come out and come and say, bro, God, or some foolishness, and then we run with it and then go vote for me. But then all always stupid, me sit you. You see me? And then the people them come out and speak against you. You send police to go hard and pull them and go harass them and sit. But me just tell you this because you might see me. Touch not their 91 and do my profit no harm here.
Now, what the young man is saying is that it seems like the government don't have enough energy for the right things, you know, mainly like criminals and stuff like that. So it's like they're focusing their energy, in his opinion, too much on the vloggers, right? You know, they said, I played the audio. They said they have tracked people. Then this lady said, no, they're not tracking anybody. And you could draw your conclusion about it either way, but in the pandemic, you know, people came out and told him about his mother. I don't condone people telling anybody about their mother and being disrespectful. However, allegedly sending police to go get the individual to lock them up is damn near dictatorship. I'm just saying, all right? I'm not saying he did that. I'm saying that's how it appears. So this person says, "It's your mother today," and in the night police go for them, and I saw them basically video in the video telling him he should apologize to the Prime Minister. What would you take from that if you saw that sequence of events? You would probably assume that somehow the Prime Minister allegedly might be involved in sending the police for this individual to lock him up, so he'd apologize to him. It's called abuse of power, pretty much. How you doing, Double? Hey man, salute man, take care of that man. It's all about the health, baby. You know what I'm saying? All about the health. Yeah, drink some tea, drink some water, get some rest. Alright, salute. Alright, so big up to Double Speaks. Hope he feels better soon. So yeah, anybody would assume based off that series of events that, you know, something like that is going on. But let's continue. Wait a minute.
Just I tell you that. You see me I say? Because you're not going to escape God judgment neither, you know. In a pandemic, you ignore all the other issues them that go on. And just because you collect the money from them people. You see me, you walk around and you depend, take it back to life. Ray. That's all you depend. Throughout the whole pandemic and I ignore everything else. They might give you all KFC, you might sit and tell people. You see me, and now, they might recall them blows borders thing them because they know say it experimental and know say it did have a cause issues and no for somebody them will take you right now. They might feel all kind of weirdness in their body. And you know, come out and now and come apologize. And no, you know, come out and come apologize to the people of Jamaica and say, yo, sorry. So me force this part, because you
allegedly. So what the young man is talking about is jab, obviously, and how, you know, this is factual. They took back some of the stuff they put out there, saw the news and this and that, and he's saying, well, Prime Minister, you told us God made the jab, and now we see them taking back some of the jab because allegedly there's complications with people. So did God make that jab too? Basically, the young man is saying, you convinced us that this was made from some people, that it was made from God. And they took it, and then allegedly some people got complications. Hey man, I'm just saying.
You collect their money. What type of leader you want to be in a history? All of the great leaders them. Yes, we know. So the system will come, take you out. But you feel like the people of Jamaica wouldn't stand with you if you stand up against America and stand up against Israel and stand up against Europe and all of them powers. But you feel like so we don't know. We know.
What the young man is saying, Mr. Andrew Holness, we know that there's a system, right? You know, there's the elites and there's people that have their agendas. And he's saying, it seems to him that you have sold out to those people, but he said, if you stood with the Jamaican people would stand with you. See, this is how people are feeling, right? This is what they're saying. This is coming from their heart and their minds. And the most I would say about it is, you have not done anything, in my opinion, to convince me that that is not true. I have that belief. If I had that belief, you, the Prime Minister of the country, has not done nothing to convince me that which this young man is asserting is not true. Right? What he believes, right? This is what he believes. What he's saying, you have done nothing to convince me that it is not true. And that's unfortunate because now you're losing the people. But let the young man continue, and I'm going to get the crux of why I'm playing this audio. Listen.
You see me, I say, but what kind of a leader you really be? You see Ibrahim Charo. You see me, I say, but what kind of a leader you really be? You see Ibrahim Charo.
Ooh,
you see me, I say, but what kind of a leader you really be? You see Ibrahim Charo.
Ooh.
You see me, I say, but what kind of a leader you really be? You see Ibrahim Charo.
Ladies and gentlemen, he said, Mr. Prime Minister, what kind of leader are you? Huh? And he referenced Ibrahim Tra. Thus the thumbnail with Mr. Holness and the question sign behind the word puppet. I hope y'all see where I'm going with this. But I'm going to play a speech by Ibrahim Tra. Lord, it's going to kick. Man, I ain't never heard no leader. Now, I ain't going to say that. I've not heard leaders in the last, not a lot. Maybe one or two, that came out with that type of just in the face of the elites. Like, he don't care, bruh. This man is willing to live and die for the cause. Ibrahim Tra. Alright, and allegedly there's been attempts on his life. But he's standing on business. I talked about that the other day. Y'all think standing on business is just all about you being a gangster, you being tough. It's about you standing on the truth and what is right and wrong and morals and ethics. And as a leader, Mr. Andrew Holness, I mean, you spoke a great game coming in. I mean, I didn't believe you. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't really trust politicians, period. However, I'm talking about none of y'all. PMBJ, I don't really trust y'all. But you said some really good stuff. You did. You said some really good stuff. And I hoped that we would see some real change in Jamaica. But in my opinion, change goes both ways. It could be negative and positive. And if you listen to the cry of the people, you know, Talk Your Mind does a great job of getting different, you know, having people send him, they feel comfortable sending voice notes or whatever, audios, so they can speak their mind through his platform. Great name for a YouTube page, Talk Your Mind TV. I suggest all y'all go sub up, right? So, and Hot Off the Press, and Lonesome, and Jamaica Carlos TV, and Ratigan, and the Young Man Sofa. There's so many. I've come across a lot more vloggers now, and I've realized, wow, the young people are speaking out. And these were the same young people that you, Mr. Andrew Holness, galvanized. They are the one that voted you in, sir. So what is going on? You've lost the confidence of the people due to your actions. And in this next video I'm going to play after this one is done, it's going to show just the difference between what a leader should be and what you actually exhibit, right? Presently. You didn't declare your assets. People brought up your assets. You said them bad mind. What? Wait, what? This is the argument you put out? Nah, them just bad mind. Come on, that's juvenile. That's kid stuff. We talking about millions of dollars here, potentially from out of the purse of Jamaican people's pockets, that is allegedly missing through illicit enrichment. And your name as the Prime Minister is under investigation for that, and it's been confirmed. That is no light stuff. That is not something nobody in Jamaica should take lightly until your assets have been declared. Nobody in Jamaica should be comfortable knowing that you are the Prime Minister of the country. Nobody. Whether they are, it doesn't matter who they are, any citizen, any person in their right mind, right? And I spoke about this the other day. The intelligent ones that want to see both themselves and others thrive, and then you have the bandits that actually step on other people for them to thrive. And they are around all levels of society, the highest level and the lowest level. And then there's others too, you know, that are just plain stupid, that it doesn't benefit them or anybody else what they do. But listen to the young man again, man. Let's get this last part right here.
See me, I say, but what kind of a leader you really be? You see Ibrahim Charo, the leader of Burkina Faso in Africa, that man is a real and true leader. You see that man there?
He said that man is a real and true leader. Hell yeah. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied.
You see all of them kill that man and go become a martyr. You see me, I say, you're afraid they just take their money and just do what they say. You see me, I say, and just sell out the people. We see all the way you do, brother.
Allegedly.
We see all the way you talk about what you come out about.
Allegedly. And he said, what? Allegedly, my guy. Let me put this up. Allegedly. This is how the people feel. The people feel like he's taking the money and doing this and that and the third. That's how they feel. That's what the young man is saying. Allegedly.
Oh, you have the technology, you can find anybody who can speak out against you. You see me, I say, because people that speak out against you, and you don't like that, because you behave like you're a dictator. You don't like that. You want your friend them, you want your rich friend them, where you rob up, be money and not be a foolishness. And I think what we don't know, look how much money you go missing and look how much things. Look at the Westmoreland, why the road them can't fix in Westmoreland all these years. Not care people in block the road and protest. You see me, you chat about say, but me I do good things, people ain't not talk about good things. That is your job. That is on a job as politician. We're not supposed to praise, if you do good things, because we're not supposed to do good things. We're not supposed to do good things. I'm the business if I want to send police.
Man said, why should we praise you to do your job? You get paid a lot of money, especially now. Not just you, Andrew. I mean the entire government. Y'all getting paid ridiculous sums of money, right? And I remember I heard an audio or saw a video where they say, you said allegedly, if they pay the MPs and everybody more, they'll do a better job. So let me ask a question. What significantly has changed in Jamaica in a positive since you guys have started to earn more? This accountability thing, not a lot of people want to embrace because it takes discipline. That's why a lot of relationships don't work, right? Because when you have a girl or you have a partner, whether a girl or a man, that holds the other partner accountable, they tend to want to leave. It's just facts. Because they can't handle accountability. So that's why that person I showed in the comment section said what they said, because they can't handle accountability. Period.
Peace for me, Mr. Wellness. Now tell him. You see me? I just want to know what make you so coward, brother. What make you so coward and afraid to stand up to blows? See, America don't chat. No come to Jamaica travel.
So basically, what the young man is saying, you should stand up like Ibrahim Troy to the colonizers. Thus, the reason why my title of my video is what it is. This speech that I'm about to play for you guys, ladies and gentlemen, from Ibrahim Troy, exposes a lot of leaders. And in my opinion,
Rwanda,
wait a minute,
a nation of beauty and promise.
My bad.
But behind,
yeah, in my opinion, this speech that I'm about to play from Ibrahim Troy exposes a lot of leaders. Just Ibrahim Troy's action, the way how he is getting rid of the French from out, anybody that's within the affairs of Burkina Faso that will that's not a ally for progress. Ibrahim Troy is removing all those chains, and they don't like it. They don't like it. And I gotta ask my Jamaican people this question while I answer it myself. The question is Andrew Holness, our Prime Minister, our leader, actively doing those things for Jamaica? Is he removing all the enemies of progress? Just recently, they said they wanted to reform the Constitution, but still keep the Privy Council. Huh? Respectfully, isn't that the monarch that basically have us under their rule? Why would you not want to release yourself totally from that? Why would you want to keep the Privy Council? Again, actions louder than words. They speak about Mark Golding's citizenship with England. He renounced it. Okay, cool. So why isn't the Jamaican Prime Minister, let me say it that way, isn't the Jamaican Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness, still a member of the Privy Council? That means he serves the king. So I don't get it. What was this big hoorah about Mark Golding? Is the Prime Minister going to now not be a part of the Privy Council? See, actions different from words. I'm just saying. But I digress. Y'all answer me those questions. Alright? I don't even have to say no more. I think I made my point just by asking the questions. Ibrahim Troy, ladies and gentlemen. Ibrahim Troy. What a guy. I want to shout out Jamaica Carlos TV. I got to give you full credit, sir. You are the one that I watched your video and you mentioned this man, and I immediately looked him up. I said, what? What he's doing what? And I did a few videos about Ibrahim Troy on my main channel. But we're gonna be doing some more because there's a lot of stuff going on. I just, life has been life. I haven't really had, I should be doing 2-3 lives a day, easy, just off these topics alone. There's so much going on in Jamaica. I could do a 5-8 hour live right now, and it would be nothing about beef. It would only be about current news and what is actually going on, pertinent issues. And I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just telling you, I should be doing 2-3 lives a day, easy. Ridiculous, bro. Real talk. But anyway, let's go, man. Y'all hit that like button, and if you want to support your boy, the donation link is right there, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's pinned right there at the top, and your donation will be read. And it's a great way, if you want to give a comment anonymously, the donation link is just for that. You don't have to give your right name or your name in the chat. You could just say what you want to say. All right, let's get it. Ibrahim Troy, ladies and gentlemen.
In their heads, as I said recently, Africa belongs to them. Our lands belong to them. The riches of Africa are for them. They cannot conceive that Africans can emancipate themselves, get their heads out of the water, and therefore want to keep their heads. And for that, they have put a cliché C in their heads.
Now, this is the first part of the video. This is actually coming up later in the video, but he said in their heads, they believe they own us. The colonizers, ladies and gentlemen, the colonizers. And if you read their books, and they say if you want to keep something from a brother, put it in a book. If you read the stuff that has been released about some of the stuff that they've been actively involved in historically, which Ibrahim Troy will be dissecting and showing, it will be clear to you what he's saying right now.
The African is easy to manipulate. He is only emotion. They will always find an African to fight against his brother.
The African is easy to manipulate. He's too emotional. They will always find the African brother to turn against his brother. Man. Can somebody tell me where this man lied? Where did this man lie?
And it has always been like that. Through communication, they have led you to hate your own skin color. In our cultures and in many cultures in Burkina Faso, mourning is symbolized by the color blue. When a woman loses her husband, she wears blue clothes to mourn for a while. It is they who came to tell you that black symbolizes mourning, the devil, mediocrity, all that is bad.
Now, that is true. Socially, when you think of black, the color, it always has some negative meaning to it. But what Ibrahim Troy is saying, in many cultures in Africa, when you're mourning, you actually wear blue. Black is not all about doom and gloom. So, hey, that's something to think about.
And unfortunately, we have swallowed it so much that when we are in mourning, we also wear black. We have to wake up. We have to wake up because this is the cliché that they have in their heads. They are the empire of good. Others are the empire of evil. And we are the empire of slaves. This is how imperialists see the world.
Yo, he's saying that the way they think is that they're the empire of good, the opposition is the empire of bad, but black people is the empire of slaves? Sheesh. Now, mind you, this is a leader of a country speaking against the elites of the world, or speaking about them. My Jamaican people, do you ever think you would hear Andrew Holness say something, anything parallel, close, near, something like what this man, just that small part alone? But there's more. Well, wait, there's more.
You have to understand that. And here I am going to make comrades, fighters for freedom, for sovereignty and real independence. Hello?
Comrades, fighters for freedom, sovereignty, and real independence. I think I should take that. Thank you, Ibrahim Troy. Anytime I come up here, they might say I'm a PMB because I said comrades. Jamaican people. Let me go back and hear.
Comrades, fighters for freedom, for sovereignty and real independence.
Jamaican people, fighters for freedom and fighters for freedom, sovereignty and independence. Yeah, that's gonna be my new thing every time I come on here and talk about this politics. It's gonna be my new thing. Fighters for freedom, sovereignty and independence. My Jamaican people, those people that are fighting for these things, because you understand what's important. Nothing trumps your freedom. Anything that threatens your freedom, you need to actively fight against or eliminate. Period. Period. I did not stutter. Period. All right? It's either you go through that obstacle, go around it, go over it, but it needs to be out the way because it's an enemy of progress. All right? Let's get it.
Hello. Let us give thanks to God who allowed this day to take place, and that we can meet again in this pool of the Palace of Sports to talk about the future of our country.
Give it up to God. Give it up to God. I like that.
At the end of your decision on May 25th to entrust us with the destiny of our country for 5 more years, be happy. Thank you.
The man said, you entrusted us for 5 more years. Don't worry. Be happy. I'm going to make you proud, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, is he making them proud.
We do not see this as a mandate, but we have understood it as a message that has been passed to us, and the message has been very well received, and we will do everything to always deserve your trust.
Yo, the man said he would do anything to always deserve the trust of his people. Can we say the same for Andrew Holness? And I'm not saying we can say that for Mark Golden, but based off previous and current actions, can we really, is he credible for us to put that type of confidence in him? I'm just asking. Comment section. I'm just asking. I'm interested to hear the arguments. You got $700 billion allegedly missing from the healthcare system. You cannot be accounted for. You got now 8 parliamentarians that are under investigation for illicit enrichment, for basically stealing from the Jamaican purse. I mean, what are we talking about? And there's a gag order put out on them by our prime minister. Is that
very well received, and we will do everything to always deserve your trust.
Is the prime minister with those actions doing everything he can to deserve our trust? See, I really want y'all to listen to Ibrahim Troy and how he's speaking to his people, and not just speaking to his people, but the actions behind it. This is the reason why when he was supposed to have given back up the leadership to the normal way of doing things, the people said, no, you're the man for the job. We want you to be prime minister or president forever. But then they negotiated, and they said 5 years. I hope he lives for 50 more years. All right? 150 more years. Yeah, I really do. I wish Burkina Faso all the best. I want them to be an example for all leadership. I want Ibrahim Troy to be an example for all leadership around the world, especially melanated leadership all around the world, so the people can see what a real leader is. One that fights for its people, one that empowers its people, one that goes into office and doesn't take. One that reduces their salary and the salary of everybody else that's in public service. Jamaicans do the reverse. We increase it and then the teachers don't get paid enough. The doctors, the nurses. I hope I'm painting the picture real clear for you. I'm just saying. And I'm not giving up no misinformation. Ever. I always say alleged. So don't. And this thing about vloggers being paid, listen, I've never spoken. I've never sent a message to. I stay away from politicians. What? Man, you don't understand, bro. I'm one of those Jamaicans. I truly don't trust y'all. None of y'all.
Allow me also to pay a vibrant tribute to all these forces of defense, these forces of internal security, our voluntary guardians, for the defense of the country and all these populations who live in these areas at the risk of security and who stand up. We pay tribute to them and we say thank you for all the sacrifices made for our country. I ask you that we can observe a minute of silence to honor the memory of all those who lost their lives in this fight. May the souls of the dead rest in peace, and may the wounded find good healing. Comrades, the emotion is great, certainly. But allow me to articulate my words in three phases. The first phase will concern the stage from which I will explain to you how we see this world. The second phase will explain to you why we must continue to fight. And the most important stage will be to give you a summary of our vision for the future, if I may put it this way.
Before I continue, yo, Jamaica is truly in a very peculiar position. Very peculiar position. Because it's like when I speak to people, I hear, oh, but you know, we can't handle having an embargo from the United States. You know, if they pull their support and this and this and that, that. That's the point. Don't you want to have a leader that is going to empower you to not be under the thumb of other countries? Jamaica is small, but we're very resourceful. Jamaica itself is a brand, which I think none of our governments have truly taken advantage of. And why do I say this? They get investors to come in and they have these tourist resorts. However, that money and those resorts, nobody in Jamaica owns that. It's people from overseas. And that money don't stay here. So Jamaica is like a filter for all these companies to make all this money. But then a few thousand people that work in that, you know, in those hotels get, you know, little and nothing for pay. Some of them, if you can get tip, you know, you can make something of yourself, but it's still not, you know, you gotta be really working extra hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not empowering. It's not, I could hold my head high because I'm an asset and somebody needs me to get this job done. I think the government, or any government, that should be their role, to put their people in that position of power. Because once the people are in that position of power, the country will always be in a position of power on a certain level. You gotta empower the people to empower the country. But in Jamaica, it's like, I don't see it. I really don't. And the way things are moving forward, yeah, this next election is going to be one of the most important elections in the history of Jamaica. So I hope my Jamaican people are not closing their eyes. They're doing their own research. As Sofa would say, nothing I said in this video is actual factual. This is all for entertainment purposes. Alright? This is all alleged. Go do your own goddamn research. Let's continue.
Durant ces 20 et quelques mois passés donc à la tête de l'État, nous avons eu
During these 20-some months, we have met several politicians from all over the world.
venus de toutes parts. Nous avons rencontré
We met hundreds of diplomats from all over the world.
Nous avons rencontré des hommes d'affaires venus
We
de
met
toutes
businessmen from all over the
parts. Nous avons
world.
été ouverts à tous ces échanges.
We have been open to all these exchanges, to all these discussions, to be able to learn from the world, to be able to understand the world. And today I think this is a great opportunity for me to explain to you the conclusion we have drawn from all these meetings we have had with politicians from all over the world.
So, this is a smart brother. He said he's met with several officials from all over the world, and they've come to a conclusion. And now he's about to state it. Let's go.
Diplomats from all over the world. It is very important, the conclusion we have drawn, and it must allow you to understand the world. Because often in our countries, we do not have this perspective of being able to have access to certain people who will teach you many things through their behavior, through their words, and also by telling you how they see us.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Hey, y'all heard what the man said now. The man said, yo, you could tell a lot from their what? Behavior. My people from the KB sector, y'all know what time it is. Y'all, this is what KB been talking about. Watch behavior. So Ibrahim Troy is a very smart person. He's meeting up with all these people, and the dialogues he has with them, and how they deal with him, and how they deal with his people, and how they, you know, the non-verbal cues and all of that, he observes, and he's now come to his conclusion about how the world sees them. Let's continue.
Comrades, God created the world with all that there is, like happiness, like misfortune, like good, like evil, humans, geniuses, animals, and everything that goes with it. But we humans have decided to make the world something else. The imperialists have a
Riders for life, wagwan. Salute. Big up.
vision of the world that I am going to explain to you. The imperialists have a vision of the world that I am going to explain to you.
So he says he's going to explain the vision of the world that the imperialists have. I want y'all to listen. Alright? Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, and feel free to support the channel in any way you can. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Comment respectfully. And also, you know, the donation link is pinned. Alright, PayPal for now. Alright, we're not yet monetized. Alright, anonymously. You don't have to say put your name in there. You can just say what you want to say, pretty much, and stay anonymous. Alright.
Le monde se résume en un triangle pour eux.
The world is summed up in a triangle for them. You will see the triangle in most of their signs. Maybe you don't understand, but the world is summed up in a triangle. For them, at the top of the triangle is the empire of good, and the empire of good is them. It is prosperity. It is all that is positive. It is them who have the right to all that is happiness in this world. It is them who have the right to all the riches. It is up to them to impose their way of seeing the world. It is up to them to impose their vision, their way of life. This is why during the colonization, or their conquest, I would say, they came to our lands and said that they had discovered our lands. Because for them, we are savages. We have nothing like them, in fact. So they called us indigenous people. And it is them, the people. They have all the rights. And for them, the world must work as they wish. It is simple. I will take a few examples. Look through their films. They have prepared the spirit of their people to make them understand that they are the best. It is them who...
Yo, he's going in. He going in. He talking about the films. He talking about when they first came and they conquered the land, how they view us as savages. us black people, like he going in. Man, let him cook. Let him cook, bro. Let that man cook, bro.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
We have nothing like that, in fact. So they called us indigenous people. And it is them, the people. They have all the rights. And for them, the world must work as they wish. It is simple. I will take a few examples. Look through their films. They have prepared the spirit of their people to make them understand that they are the best. It is them who must possess everything. You will not say the opposite. In all their films that they propagate, you will always find the bad guys. It is either the Russians or the South Americans or the blacks who play the bad role of drug traffickers, of proxies, of human traffickers. Until a recent past, of course, you will find the Arabs who play the role of terrorists. This is how they perceive the world.
Damn. Y'all heard what the man said. Let me play it back. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments.
Films that they propagate, you will always find the bad guys. It is either the Russians or the South Americans or the blacks who play the bad role of drug traffickers, of proxies, of human traffickers. Until a recent past, of course, you will find the Arabs who play the role of terrorists. This is how they perceive the world. When I look at the economic aspect
in the movies, look at the heroes, man. Just saying. Look at who's at the top. Yeah. The messaging. Those types of things are powerful. Think about that. It's like Inception. Giving you that thought, planting that thought in your mind. Have y'all watched Inception? If you haven't, you need to watch it.
Who among us did not treat the Chinese products as bad products? But today, I can tell you that we are wrong. Because China has a fairly advanced level of technology. And it is in China that most of these countries come to supply, put their mark on it, and resell us as their property.
I know they're not gonna like this. Damn! Ooh. Ooh. Hey, he talking about China like China a gift from God, boy. I know they not gonna like this, boy. Damn. You know, hey, if it's a fact, it's a fact. You can't argue facts. So it is what it is. I ain't saying China is just here like an angel. No, I ain't doing that. I'm just saying. If what he said about China is a fact, it's just a fact. What you gonna do?
Look around you. Look at us. Our entrepreneurs who are in the BTP will not say the opposite. All their machines today are Chinese. Those who do transport will not say the opposite. They lied to us because we went around the world in these 20 months to look for companies, to look for factories, and we understood that everything came back there. But through their communication, they led us to hate all Chinese products and to make us understand that what is good came from them, not necessarily from elsewhere.
That is wild. I've never heard a leader talk like this about China. That is wild. I'm not saying nobody has, but that is wild. And when you think about it, is he lying? All the products are made in China. Even if you don't see it, made in China. Like, they the ones that doing all the cheap labor and all of that. So like the raw materials, cars, everything, made in China. Where's the lie? But then, you know, the enemy is China when you look at the media. Hey, man, I'm not saying they're not an enemy of nobody. I'm not saying they are just peaches and cream, but you gotta look at that. That is kind of funny, right? They make everything, but then you demonize them, but you use all these products. Gotta make that make sense. Like, that's kind of hypocritical, isn't it? At least, man, this shirt might be made in China. God damn. Oh, my bad.
It's simple. Let's go back in time. To better understand what I will say, we need to go back in time. And I hope that some will read who are the Tsars, the Mongol conquests, the Persian, Turkish, and Ottoman empires. Read their history. You will understand why the world is like this. At the base of the triangle, there are two empires. On one side, the empire of evil, according to them, and the empire of slaves on the other side. This is how they see the world.
So they are at the top as good, according to Ibrahim Choi, and they are evil. Evil is over here, and then you have the slaves, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Who do they call the empire of evil? Those whom I have just mentioned. I told you to go back in time. Go and read. You will understand why they are the empire of evil in their eyes. They fight the empire of evil. For them, the empire of evil must disappear. For them, the empire of evil embodies the devil. They communicate and make their people understand this way. This is why after the Second World War, in the 1980s, I would take the case of Russia, where all the strategies were implemented to crush it with President Gorbachev.
So what Ibrahim Choi is saying, the empire of evil would be China? That's how they view it, like in the movie? And he's stating he's saying this is documented, and it plays out in the movies. Y'all gotta tell me what y'all think about that. Now, again, do you think you would ever see my Jamaican people, the Prime Minister, being bold enough to make a speech like this against what would be the elites? Do you think you'd ever do that? Whew. There's a difference in leadership here, boy. It's quite clear to me.
In the United States, it was President Ronald Reagan who was at the helm. Three main strategies have caught our attention. They went to Saudi Arabia and asked them to lower the price of oil from $35 to $7 to make the Russian economy collapse. At the same time, the second strategy, AEURs, don't forget something, AEUR, is the same people who have just left Afghanistan claiming that they were fighting the Taliban. The Taliban were received by President Ronald Reagan at the White House. They were armed by the CIA. The famous Stinger missiles, the Sol-Air, were delivered to the Taliban to fight the Russians. Later, they came to fight them. Try to understand. The third strategy was a bluff. The IDS project, Star Wars. Read it? You will understand why. They led President Gorbachev to create the Palace Project, which crushed Russia. Once Russia collapsed, those who claimed to be from the Empire of Good began to juggle, until this team came along with Vladimir Putin to try to bring Russia back to the surface.
Bruh. Boy, I feel like playing the Kendrick song, man. I'm getting They Not Like Us type of vibes. Hey, hey, Mr. Prime Minister. Basically, I think Ibrahim Choi is telling you. I think Ibrahim Choi is telling you, bruh, not like us, bruh. Like this speech alone. Come on, man. Excuse me. They not like us at all. Yo, I'ma just find this one part. This one part, they not like us. This spit pop, nigga. The audience not done. Not slow.
Bitch, and you Malibu most one.
They not like us.
Damn.
Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Right there.
I leave you a fucking colonizer. Like you run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. Run to Quavo said you can be from North.
You not a colleague, you a colonizer. You not a colleague, you a colonizer. Alright? If you're actively not telling the people the truth about what's really going on, you're not a colleague. That's why I said this speech exposes leaders that act as colonizers for the elite. Question mark. Listen to what this man is saying. Who else do you hear actively out here talking like this? Dropping it like this? Who?
L'Empire du Mal. L'Empire du Mal, selon eux, a beaucoup souffert.
The empire of evil, according to them, suffered a lot.
Toutes les sanctions possibles.
Look at Iran today. Look at all the possible sanctions.
Par la communication,
Look at how they qualify certain peoples. Through communication, they can lead you to hate a people or to love a people.
Think about it. Through communication, they can think to hate a people. You can think to hate somebody or love him. Through communication, haven't they been telling people that Trump is the next H guy, the second coming of the H? I don't even want to say his name. Right? You know who I'm talking, Hitler. They said that in the media that Trump is the second coming of Hitler. Now, putting that on somebody, that's like telling the world that this dude is raping babies, is raping children. He a monster. What do you think is gonna happen? Somebody is gonna want to take out the monster. Now, initially with the whole Trump thing, I was looking at it in its entirety, but when I got more information, yeah, I could see how they would definitely, that whole situation is real, and yeah, I think they're not gonna stop. I don't think they're gonna stop, whoever they are. I think Trump needs to be very careful. Very, very careful. Alright? And I agree with KB. They should investigate every member of the security team. I don't care what agencies they from. That is crazy how close that shooter was. Right? But to his point, Ibrahim Choi, back to the topic, they use the media to demonize people. Yeah, most definitely.
They are very strong in communication, and they go through all possible channels. Look at the ongoing war. They invented everything for their own interest. And finally, the empire of slaves.
He must be talking about Ukraine. Or maybe not. Maybe he's talking about something in Africa, but let's continue.
According to them, it is Africa and certain peoples of South America. In their heads, as I said recently, Africa belongs to them. Our lands belong to them.
Man, I don't know any other way. Like, I really believe these people really think that they own us. Like, and they own our lands. Come on, man. If you have any idea, I mean, 1% of the idea of all the ish that's going down in Africa. I mean, history is so long. They've released so much documents that if you just read some of the documents out of the CIA and the FBI that they made public, what these people are doing inside these countries, you really think that they not actively involved right now, allegedly, to protect the interests of America, France, and wherever else? It's not benefiting the African people, period. Ibrahim Choi is saying, F that, I'm here, gonna stand up, we're taking our power back, and I'm showing you who these people really are. You, my people, open up your eyes. My Jamaican people, again. Do you think that the Prime Minister of Jamaica would ever do something like this? Man, I don't even think what's his name? I don't even think Mark Golden would be this bold. I don't see it. I don't see Mark Golden being as bold as this young man right here, Ibrahim Choi, of the president of Burkina Faso, for the next 5 years.
The riches of Africa are for them. They cannot conceive that Africans can emancipate themselves, get their heads out of the water, and therefore want to keep their heads. And for that, they have put...
Ooh, he said, man, they can't conceive that Africans want to be fully independent, free, sovereign, and protect what is theirs. They can't conceive it.
To them. Our lands belong to them. The riches of Africa are for them. They cannot conceive that Africans can emancipate themselves, get their heads out of the water, and therefore want to keep their heads. And for that, they have put a cliché in their heads. The African is easy to manipulate. He is only emotion. They will always find an African to fight against his brother. And it has always been like that. Through communication.
You ain't never lie, bro. You ain't never lie. You ain't never lie, though.
They have led you to hate your own skin color. In our cultures and in many cultures in Burkina Faso, mourning is symbolized by the color blue. When a woman loses her husband, she wears blue clothes to mourn. We have cliché that they have in their heads.
We went over this in the first part, so this is the part, in the first part, right?
They are the empire of good. Others are the empire of evil, and we are the empire of slaves. This is how imperialists see the world, who continue to want to preach for the imperialists. Do they ignore this part of history? I am not inventing anything. It has been declassified.
So what Ibrahim Troy is saying, the stuff that he's speaking on right now, this is not fake information. This is actual, factual. And they have basically declassified these documents. Again, you can go read them yourself. So he's going into the mind of these people and how they think based off what they've written and reported about their own actions. Amen.
You will find everything I said in the libraries or everywhere on the search engines. Have these intellectuals not read this? Do they not know the history of this world? Maybe.
Man, there's something about when knowledge opens up your mind, and it's like there's nothing you can do but pour it out. I don't know if y'all can relate to that. Like you gain this knowledge and this aware, this aware it all of seeing the bigger picture more and more in its entirety, and you just have to share it. Like it's itching for you to share. You gotta go live. You gotta share it. You gotta talk to somebody. It's like it overwhelms your. It's like the information overwhelms you, and you got to give it out to somebody else. You got to pass it on. You can't keep it to yourself. Your conscience will eat you up if you do, because this information could help free somebody's mind, and that somebody could free somebody else, and then there's a ripple effect. I mean, I don't have a big audience over here, all right, but as Miss Genesis always says, who this video is supposed to reach, it will reach. God is in control, trust me. I would love for my numbers to be in the thousands and thousands all the time. I would love to have 1 million subs and have 100,000 comments in the comment sections and interactions. I already know it'll be different, and your team would be bigger, and you know what I'm saying, managing mods and all of that, to trust and all of that, you know what I'm saying, to support the platform, right? I know all of that, but for now, this is where we're at, and I'm building this channel, and where we're at, we have 374 subs. Y'all continue to sub up and support, yeah. Salute to y'all. Let's get to 500 real quick and get them watch hours up, baby.
It is by dishonesty or a few dollars that leads them to always preach for the imperialists. They have always preached to raise awareness of our people, our popular masses, so that they understand where they come from and how they are seen by the imperialists.
That's true. All of the ones that came before, like, you know what I'm saying, heroes of black people, they've always championed that. Know where you're from. Learn who you are as black people. Alright? Get connected to your source. Understand your claim to this land called Africa. Right? We steady don't want to be black, bro. We are in, man. You know how much people in Jamaica and in the States and Caribbean that's melanated, and they don't want to have no correlation with Africa, any at all. Man, you see everybody down there, man. Russia, China, America, France, Europe, everybody down there. Everybody wants a piece of Mama Earth. Everybody wants a piece of the cradle of the earth, Africa. Africa by herself, truly, and I mean truly, with the people as a resource, truly does not need the input, the help from any outside source. If left alone, I'm telling you, black people will figure it out. They gonna figure it out. If you check back, like the inventors, I did several videos on inventors, and I came to find out, man, I did not know that so many of our melanated sisters and brothers were inventors of some of the coolest things that are used right now in medicine, science, all sciences, period. All sciences. They affect all sciences. The stoplight, whatever. Women wearing pads, black women. I'm talking about, man, some of the most important things our people made it. I'm telling you, we would be all good by ourselves without any interference from any other race around the world. Africa got everything it needs, all the minerals. Technology would be ridiculous because we're geniuses already, like I said. So we would develop our own technologies and our own advancement. It would really be like Wakanda. You know, just us. Trying to tell you.
Let's take the history of a few wars. You have followed the Iraq War, a big lie that has been invented, supposedly of possession of weapons of mass destruction.
Au niveau des États-Unis,
Damn, shots fired.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Jamaica. Hey, you heard the Prime Minister make no statements like this? About any one of them. I'm not even just talking about Andrew Holden. Any one of them. And correct me if I'm wrong. Send me the tape.
Some senators in the United States did everything to get evidence. They did not get it. Remember that several people resigned from the CIA after this war. Evidence has been invented everywhere. Occidental secret services helped them to fabricate evidence.
Damn.
Something not right, my wisdom warriors. Something is not right. Tell about them.
Let's play that back.
Remember that several people resigned from the CIA after this war. Evidence has been invented everywhere. Occidental secret services helped them to fabricate evidence. We remember that Nigeria was accused of setting up a false convention to sell uranium to Iraq. It is the same process that they used to say that Nigeria was selling uranium to Iran. They have already seen it. They have pretexted this and have not had evidence. Even the United Nations found no tangible evidence of the presence of weapons of mass destruction. But they had their objective to destroy Iraq. They destroyed Iraq. They created the Islamic State to come and fight it. Understand the game. It only lasted too long. We have to wake up and understand all this so that
Ibrahim Troy is spitting some real heavy stuff right now, boy. He went far back as the war in Iraq. Damn. Shit.
we become aware of our situation and fight for our future.
Toutes ces guerres ont été inventées, passant par l'Irak.
All these wars have been invented through Iraq, Syria, Libya, and the Middle East for their own benefit, because no one can equal them.
C'est ce que nous vivons aujourd'hui dans le Sahel aussi à travers le terrorisme.
This is what we live in the Sahel through the terrorism that they have imposed, because they will always find black people who will get excited and take up arms against their black brothers.
C'est ce que nous vivons. Et n'ont jamais quitté ce modèle.
Man, that is so sad. That is so sad. And this is why I don't want to see nothing like that happen in Jamaica. Right? Although I don't like the direction that the government is going. You see what happened to Trump? I do not want nothing like that to happen to this current prime minister. Or any prime minister here in Jamaica. However, I do want them to operate within the law, and they should be held accountable legally.
This is what we live and never leave this model. This is why they fight against their brothers. I wanted to make this little history so that you understand how imperialism sees our world. It is summarized in this little triangle. In this second phase, I have to explain why we have to fight. A little story. In 2015, in Tombouctou, when we met, I was in charge of the airport platform.
Yo, he's explaining why he's preparing his people mentally for the fight that is coming to them. And there's a fight coming to them because you don't just go against the status quo. No. You should expect a fight. And he's somebody that is military, so he understands this. It's understood. He knew exactly what he was going to face when he actually took up the job in that situation. And now the people are behind him. So they can't use, well, I shouldn't say they can't use. They can't, well, it's whatever. Whoever is against him being prime minister, whoever is trying to, quote unquote, assassinate Ibrahim Choi, they can't use propaganda against him because there's a media blackout for certain media in his country anyway. So he's controlling that, and also he's doing right by the people, so the people are protecting him. So the best way you can put slander on him for the people to turn against him, you can't put somebody in the government to turn against him because he's the government. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a very peculiar situation. And he linking with Russia and China? Ooh, a lot of people get nervous. I'm trying to tell you, boy, this some crazy stuff. But I'm just saying, I know my prime minister here in Jamaica would not even think about speaking on some of the stuff this man's speaking on right here. Even though it's true, he ain't trying to do that, bro. This is different levels, all right? All right, this is a total different man from who our prime minister is in Jamaica. It's just evident. Lord have mercy. Oh, wait a minute. I messed up. Oh, shit, I messed up. Y'all didn't see that? I messed up. But anyway.
In the patrol, we met individuals who were walking around. One of these individuals was a Manchurian. I made him understand that it was dangerous to walk around the base because they could be killed. He told me that he wanted to be killed. He wanted to die. I tried to understand their story. Why did the terrorists come to Tombouctou? 1. The Manchurian who explained this to me. One evening, the terrorists came to his house. They wanted to rape his wife in front of him. He opposed it. They left. The next day we came to take him home. We took him to the public square. We accused him of theft. We cut his hand. We beat him. He left home. His 16-year-old son took care of his hand. They came back, they raped his wife, and took his son away. They continued to rape his wife for days until the woman committed suicide.
What? Yo, man, we really gotta give thanks, man. Boy, cool. And we really gotta be mindful that this type of energy don't even come near Jamaica. What? Man, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, bruh?
They took his son away. He never found him again. He preferred to die. This is why he walks around with a gun pointed at him. It will please him. Others experienced the same fate. They were taken away from their homes because they refused that the terrorists touch their women or daughters. The next day we came to take them away. We took them to the public square. We beat them to death. After that, they went to do their dirty business. Many families were destroyed. These are criminals who are armed and who sow desolation in our countries. They do it in the name of no religion. Unfortunately, here in Burkina Faso, some villages have been compromised by these individuals. I speak as a cause. In 2022, I was searched with my unit in a village because they did not want us to stay there because they had a good agreement with the terrorists. Those who listen to me know what we are talking about. Several other...
Damn, so the terrorists got agreements with the people in certain villages? So they did not want them, the Burkina Faso military, to stay there because there's going to be trouble because they probably can't be there all the time. Oh, that's wild. Oh, it's a harsh reality for some, though.
Units are witnesses. Some villages have categorically that the FDS make noise because they have a good relationship with the terrorists. We made them understand that there is no possible alliance with these criminals because they decide to end the pact. When the pact was broken, they came back to the social networks to call for help. We went there. But it is to say that no matter what they come to tell you, no matter the possible flattery, no matter the pact you sign with them, the day they decide to end the pact, they will come to kill and end the pact.
Basically, you can't sign a deal with the devil. Devil don't honor nothing. The devil has no honor. Alright? You would be used until you're valuable, and then your services, then you expire because you're not valuable anymore. This is how they think. You have to be mindful and recognize people like that and protect yourself and stay far away from them. People that live in these areas, their challenges quite different. Exactly, riders. Like I said, this man is maybe 36, 35 years old. A leader this young that's in the position where he is in Burkina Faso and the issues that they're facing. I'm glad he's a military man. He's the perfect person for the job, in my opinion, to clean up that country.
There is no possible alliance with the terrorists. There is no possible alliance with these criminals.
So he's trying to let the people know you can't have no alliance with these people. Period. What you mean?
There is no possible alliance today. We see a phenomenon, unfortunately, in our cities. Some people like to go from one court to another to make their wives of certain FDS and certain BDP understand that the families of certain people who fell for the country had a peaceful solution with the terrorists. We wanted to wage war, and that is why all this is happening. How can human beings, seeing all that is happening, understanding the world, have such words? Do not be mistaken. Either we fight them or they fight us. That's all. These people are hiding behind a semblance of dialogue or negotiation. They are going to drag you into the mud. That is the goal of imperialism. That the plague lasts, that it lasts in time, that your states are not structured, and that we continue to take advantage of your riches. The more it lasts, the more it arranges them. And unfortunately, these individuals who go from course to course play the game of the imperialists. If they lie to me, let them stop now. Because they will fight themselves. We have no choice but to fight, and we have opted for combat, and that is where we will be free, that we will be truly independent. To do this, we have taken care of diagnosing the deep problem of Burkina Faso. I admit that the problem is real and deep. Evil is there. We have diagnosed it, and we are discovering the system day by day. Many knots have been undone, but knots remain to be undone, because every day that God does, we discover certain practices. I can understand. For several decades, this system has been installed. It has become like a gene in our DNA. But we have to remove this gene from our DNA and be able to build a new Burkina Faso.
Basically, Ibrahim Choi is giving this speech so his people can be unplugged from the matrix and understand, excuse me, what it's going to take for all of them together to free themselves from tyranny. Period. Again, Jamaica. Any one of our leaders, do you see them having this type of speech? I'm talking anyone. Mark Golden, definitely. You're not going to have that from Andrew Holness. I don't see him ever doing that. Or Mr. Patterson from the UIC. Do you see any one of them being this bold and brazen? Now that I think about it, maybe the UIC president. I'm not shitting on Mark Golden. I'm just saying, I don't think he's going to go out his way to speak on stuff like this. Or speak like this. I don't think so. Alright? So, people that support Mark Golden, hey man, I still agree. He's the more likely one to get to remove Andrew out of office. It is what it is. That's Jamaican people, and that's what they decided. It is what it is. But I'm just speaking on this video and going this deep with it. I just don't see Mr. Mark Golden really challenging the elites or the whatever like that. I really don't. But let's continue.
That is why in the third phase of my speech, I am going to give guidelines in certain key areas. We will not give any details on our program, if we can put it that way. Because when the program is known in detail, they will anticipate, they will put obstacles in our way and prevent us from reaching our goals. But we can therefore sum up in a few words. Speaking of the field of defense and security, as you can see, we have opted for combat, and for that we have almost doubled the number of troops in our armed forces. We continue to recruit, and I think that recently recruitment has been launched on the side of officers and non-officers, and soon in a few days recruitment for at least 10,000 soldiers should be launched. We will continue to strengthen our troops in order to face the fact that wherever you are, despite the recruitment that has been done, there is always a need for soldiers. Everywhere in Burkina Faso, some villages continue to want military presence, so there is a need to continue to recruit and equip. And I can assure you that we are on this launch. Since January 2023, we have been able to launch a program of equipment. It's true, the world is crazy. There is war everywhere. No nation takes its equipment and sells it. We make it for you. What made these equipment last for almost 18 months? But the first one started to come, as you have seen the last time, and the equipment will continue to come. Because we want the level of our army to reach a level never equaled in the sub-region. This equipment program will continue, and it's you, the actors of this program. Because since we fought, I can tell you these so-called friends of Burkina, who have been there for a long time, who suck our wealth, even a single cartridge of Kalashnikov we have not received from anyone to make our fight.
Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated match in the history of professional wrestling for the heavyweight championship of the world. Are you ready? Wrestling fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Lord have mercy. The declaration that Ibrahim Troy just made, I don't know if y'all peep, but this man is saying, yo, we gotta fight, we're prepared to fight, and we will be strategically continuing and expecting a fight, because we are fighting for our freedoms, our sovereignty here in Burkina Faso. And if the enemy is foreign or domestic, we will be ready for them. That's what I'm hearing from this man right now, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what y'all think. Again, do you ever think that you would hear this type of speech from a Caribbean leader? Man, not just Andrew, it's like any one of them. Anyone. Do you think they'll even stand up together? Like, you know? Yeah, it's crazy.
It's you who pay, and we will continue to work with our people to be able to lead this fight. We have partners who have accepted to sell us equipment and who have even proposed to be able to deliver us strategic equipment and that we can pay in time. We thank them for this gesture.
One of the things he said is that the so-called allies in our time of need, we are not seeing y'all, man. Where you at? You have abandoned us because we've decided to take a stance for our freedom against the colonial masters. And y'all have disappeared. See, actions speak louder than words. I can say I got your back, but when my back is against the wall, I can't feel you having my back anyway. Where you at? You're supposed to be standing 10 toes with me right now in my darkest hour, or the hour where the most challenge is coming, but I don't see you. Steve.
And who have even proposed to be able to deliver us strategic equipment and that we can pay in time. We thank them for this gesture. It's you who pay, and we will continue to work with our people. Because since we fought, I can tell you these so-called friends of Burkina, who have been there for a long time, who suck our wealth, even a single cartridge of Kalashnikov we have not received from anyone to make our fight. It's you who pay, and we will continue to work with our people to be able to lead this fight. We have partners who have accepted to sell us equipment and who have even proposed to be able to deliver us strategic equipment and that we can pay in time. We thank them for this gesture.
Man, keep your eye on what's going on in Africa, ladies and gentlemen. It's going down. You heard?
And we also say thank you to the people who understood the meaning of the fight, that we have to fight. If we don't fight, they will come looking for us at home, like in a chicken coop or in a sheepfold.
So basically, you have no choice. You have no choice. Do y'all hear what these globalists are pushing? You will have nothing and you will be happy. Like, huh? Are you guys okay with that? I'm just asking. Are you guys cool with that? In a world where you have nothing, you're at the level of a slave, but you'll be happy. Kick you, thump you, tear you down, abuse you, but you'll be happy. Sounds like the goddamn Matrix to me. Oh, that's all I'm saying. Shit.
Every morning they will choose who they want to go and execute on the public square to scare others, to go and cut hands or feet on the public square to scare.
Yeah, that's a fear tactic. So nobody will rise up. So here in Jamaica, the vloggers have been put on notice that, you know, they're spreading misinformation, and this will happen to them if they continue to do that eventually, because they're going to do this and that and the third. All I see is a method to try and slow the vloggers down and, you know, deter them from speaking on our leaders. But it's the same leader that told us to make sure we hold the government accountable. The hypocrisy. Or, I don't know, maybe it's dementia. Maybe he's just forgetting the stuff that he be saying. But it's crazy. This is a total different level of leadership you're witnessing right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Others. This is their tactic. We are going to fight, and we will give ourselves the means to get there. If it happens tomorrow that we are stuck in a certain sphere, we will still come to the people and ask for even more sacrifices to be able to reach the goal. Because despite your contributions, I told you earlier, some powers have refused to sell us equipment.
Wow, so he's saying that even though the people of Burkina Faso is actively funding their own press for freedom and sovereignty to protect what is theirs, and they definitely need to be able to protect what is theirs, because what is theirs does invite thieves and people that would want to conquer the area so they could have those resources for themselves. So there's allegedly they're refusing to sell them arms in certain areas. I wonder why.
They have blocked the equipment that we have bought in some countries because they have the license of some components. And these powers exploit minerals in Burkina Faso. I say it here loudly and solemnly. It will stop. We are going to withdraw exploitation permits. If it happens tomorrow, that will fight. Every morning they will choose who they want to go and execute on the public square to scare others, to go and cut hands or feet on the public square to scare others. This is their tactic. We are going to fight, and we will give ourselves the means to get there. If it happens tomorrow that we are stuck in a certain sphere, we will still come to the people and ask for even more sacrifices to be able to reach the goal. Because despite your contributions, I told you earlier, some powers have refused to sell us equipment. They have blocked the equipment that we have bought in some countries because they have the license of some components. And these powers exploit minerals in Burkina Faso. I say it here loudly and solemnly. It will stop. We are going to withdraw exploitation permits. We will not allow this. We will not allow this. You cannot exploit our resources and refuse to sell us equipment, to block our equipment. We are not going to accept this. It will block the equipment that we have bought in some countries because they have the license of some components. And these powers exploit minerals in Burkina Faso. I say it here loudly and solemnly. It will stop. We are going to withdraw exploitation permits. We will not allow this. We will not allow this. You cannot exploit our resources and refuse to sell us equipment, to block our equipment. We are not going to accept this. We are going to withdraw our exploitation permits, and we are going to exploit them ourselves.
Hey, Chris Blackwell. No, wait a minute, Chris Blackwell. That's a famous. Are you Chris Blackwell's son? Man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. YouTube is a very vast place. You never know who's listening, but shout out to Chris Blackwell in the goddamn building, man. First time seeing you in the chat. You might work for the government. I don't know. It's all good. Everybody welcome over here from the listening corner and all of that. But anyway, so he's saying basically y'all can't get our resources if we can't get y'all military equipment for us to protect ourselves and our resources. We'll just exploit ourselves. Man, listen. This man is, I pray for this man, all right? I pray for him and his entire team, all right? I hope he already has a successor, strategically waiting, somebody loyal to the cause, because they're coming after this dude. Oh, it is. I believe that they will always and forever try to slow or stop this man, because what he's talking about goes against a lot of people's interests. All right, you taking money out of my pocket. It's like simple, and I got certain powers. Man, listen. What?
We are going to withdraw our exploitation permits, and we are going to exploit them ourselves. And we are going to overcome this terrorism here in Burkina Faso and even in the EU. During a long period of time, we have spent time keeping an eye on a number of actors, but we have understood that the phenomenon is so profound. Corruption, bad governance in various administrations, lack of ethics persist. Some bodies have been put in place in the context of the fight against corruption, and recently some arrests have been made in the context of denunciations.
Corruption, bad governance. Those words seem very eerily familiar, my Jamaican people?
The last act will be made before the end of this month. It is an organ that will have to sit in all ministries to self-seize certain dysfunctions, acts of corruption, and be able to act.
So basically what Ibrahim Choi is saying, he's putting things in place to root out any form of sellout, any form of corruption, whether foreign or domestic, within his country. Alright?
And these organs will be ready, because we have a lot of big workers also in the administration, but they are often put in the shadows, because for a long time, they are the most corrupt, the most dishonest, who have been put in the light. It is they who benefit from all the advantages. And so I tell the workers to pay attention to these individuals who are losing their privileges, because they will continue to manipulate you, to intoxicate you, and to send you into bad patches. Pay close attention to these individuals who are losing their privileges, because we will not allow a so-called elite that had been programmed to take up all the rights in our different administrations. The last organ will be put in place before the end of this month.
Man, bruh. Hear this man go, removing people powers that is quote unquote been found to be not serving the interests of the people of Jamaica. But we got a prime minister here in Jamaica that won't even let us know who the illicit 8 is, because he put a gag order out on everybody. People that have allegedly been enriching themselves with illicit enrichment, coming out of the purse of the Jamaican tax dollars money. Man, get this video up to 100 likes, please, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I see we had 25 already. For the persons that catch the replay, I'm talking to y'all. Get this up to 100 likes. Hit the like button, don't forget. Come on, man. 600 of y'all watching the goddamn video, and only 30 something hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. Thank you kindly. I appreciate y'all. First thing as you come through the door, hit the like button. Don't forget.
And real work will begin. You will hear a little bit everywhere at the end of this that we do not respect certain texts. We do not respect certain laws. But there are no laws or texts that stand in the struggle when it is for the interest of the country. Let them stand up.
Damn, somebody just hit the dislike button? Okay, came back up. Okay.
And say we will go in this direction. We have adopted a line of conduct. We are making a diagnosis, verifying the presence, and seeing the needs. It is not excluded that during the year some contests are launched to increase the number of employees in certain places. Of course, there was a wave of contests that were launched, but in all areas they are making the point that if there is a need, we will continue to recruit to be at an acceptable level and to be able to operate the different organs of the country for the happiness of the masses.
Now, I'm not a person that is like, oh, I'm going to join the military. I've never had that mindset. However, I love the skill set that you can gain from becoming a part of the military. That would be excellent for self-defense. I'm just saying. It's defending yourself and your family. So, you know what I'm saying? My point is, with a leader like this, man, if I had a leader like this in Jamaica, I probably would have been in the army just to help the cause. I swear to God, I would have been in the army. When you have righteous people, right, through their actions, you can discern them being righteous, them being upstanding, and you go to bat for them, bro. You can ask anybody about that. Anybody that's been in the army, your leader, depending on how your leader be moving, yeah, you go hell and high water for them. It doesn't matter if it's man or woman, as long as they standing with integrity, morals, values, ethics, and you know within yourself that they have your best interest at heart and everybody else's, and you understand the mission, oh, you will go climb a mountain for that person. I can tell you that right now. Yep. That's how it goes. And I ask my Jamaican people, honestly, you guys still feel like, you know, that about our current prime minister? I don't know.
The field of diplomacy, we have opted for a common diplomacy in the AES. All decisions regarding partners, whether African or foreign, will be taken unanimously within the AES. But we have also opted for a diplomacy of truth. We do not intend to put ourselves in certain logics, to lie, or to cover reality. Saying that it is diplomacy, it is false. It is not diplomacy. I can tell you that what you see as a superstructure when people come to the audience and come out to speak is only a visible part of the iceberg. What happened inside, in the windows, has nothing to do with diplomacy. We are therefore inscribed in this logic to say things clearly to the people. Some will criticize us. Others will even say that a head of state should not speak like that. A head of...
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Once you start to go against the status quo, see, this even happened to me the other day when I was on the road. This lady was like, we were talking about, you know, the young people that cursed out the prime minister on their social media, and how police came for them and stuff like that, locked up one of them and embarrassed the young man, and she was acting like she was pretty much co-signing that type of action, like the prime minister or the government or the country authorities had any right to violate that young man's constitutional rights. And I believe one of the persons that happened to, they won in court. It was a civil lawsuit. All right? It went against constitutional rights. A lot of Jamaicans don't carry things to court because we don't like court. It's just a cultural thing. But a lot of the stuff that goes on, I'm not saying every police is a bad police, but there are some of them out there that they're not operating within the parameters of the law or the Constitution, and they deal with people horribly. Period. There's a long history of that, and if you ask 10 Jamaicans, I guarantee you, man or woman, you're gonna get at least 7 persons to tell you that they had that experience with a police officer. Yeah, I'm telling you, whether verbally or physically, they're gonna tell you that they had that experience. It's unfortunate, you know. I want the police to operate within the parameters of the law. The police is very necessary. All right, even these politicians that we criticize up here, they're still very necessary. We just want them to do their job the right way. Period. So we're gonna hold them accountable. I don't wish no harm on no police or no political official or nothing like that. They are necessary. They are needed. But we need them to have our best interests. So I'm asking our people to keep the government accountable. Keep them accountable. Stop making excuses for them. Stop it. Just stop it.
States should not do that. But we tell them that maybe these people who criticize in this way when we speak the truth.
Dans cette logique de dire clairement les choses au peuple. Certains vont nous critiquer.
Maybe they have a school where they have learned how to be a head of state, how a head of state should be. Otherwise, I have not yet seen the school. Why do we necessarily have to do like others? We want to create our model, our identity. I think that Burkina Faso, by definition, is the whole man.
Man, talk about it. Dare to be different, Ibrahim Troy. Why should you as a leader operate like every other leader? Why not have your own identity? Right? Especially when it comes on to certain things. It's just ridiculous. You have to learn to challenge the status quo, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. Change is okay. Alright?
We want the truth. And when the truth comes out, even if we have made a mistake, we must have the courage to come and tell you on which side we have made a mistake. We ask for forgiveness. If you forgive us, you forgive us. We no longer want to be inscribed in this false diplomacy. In an interview, when I spoke to you about the Ivorian regime, some Burkinabes climbed on their horses and criticized. I say it, I insist, and I persist. We have nothing against the Ivorian people, but we have something with those who rule the Ivory Coast. We say it, and we repeat it again. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. In Abidjan, there is a center of operations to destabilize our country. No one can deny it, and we will prove it to you in the coming days. We will show you physical evidence. You will understand what we are talking about. No one will come and tell us that in Benin, there is no French base directed against us.
Thank you so much. I need to stay muted more often because that's how I get y'all out the bushes. So he's saying that Benin. All right, let's get it. Let me take myself off the goddamn screen for a minute. Is Benin anywhere? Is Benin close to any one of these places? Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Hit the like button. Where is that? Oh, it's up there. Alright, let me take my camera off as well. Let me see if Benin is anywhere close to... So the Ivory Coast is right there. You can see on the screen. The Ivory Coast is right there under the I think that's the southwest side. Yeah, the southwest side of Burkina Faso. But where is Benin? He said they got... Oh, it's on the north. Oh, wow. So, wow. Both of these countries are right there. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn. So, you got the southeast and the southwest. So, what he's claiming is that the French have military bases to go against Burkina Faso in both those countries. Oh my God. Woo! Allegedly. And he is adamant. He's saying this is not no alleged. He's saying, yo, this is actual, factual. That's what he's saying. Damn. Wow.
We have the evidence in our hands. Two important bases. Tell us, show you physical evidence. You will understand what we are talking about. No one will come and tell us that in Benin, there is no French base directed against us. We have the evidence in our hands. Two important bases. No one can deny it, and I challenge it. We have nothing against the
rough. He is not saying allegedly, ladies and gentlemen. I got an alleged on the screen, but he's adamant that they have proof of this. Wow.
Benin people. We have a problem with the policy of the Benin leaders.
Permettez-moi de vous dire quelque chose.
We say it again. We say it again.
Il y a bel et bien.
In this diplomacy, we have decided to tell the truth. There are two bases, one to Kandy and the other to Porga, or I don't know which locality. Tracks have been redeveloped to more than 3,000 meters long.
Vous allez comprendre de quoi nous parlons.
Planes land. People train and train terrorists there. We have audio recordings of French agents in Benin who play the center of terrorist operations. They
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What? Say what? All your recordings? Video? Of what? Allegedly. Allegedly. Woo! Damn.
to more than 3,000 meters long.
Vous allez comprendre de quoi nous parlons.
Planes land. People train and train terrorists there. We have audio recordings of French agents in Benin who play the center of terrorist operations. They carry out operations with them. They help them heal. They do everything there. We have all the details about them. And you don't want us to tell our people? We will say it. If you don't want it, if they don't want it, let them stop behaving like this. It's simple. We have not forced anyone to take their independence. If you decide to stay in your situation, but don't take your countries to make bases there, because it is your populations who will suffer afterwards, and it is not a good policy. We say it by experience, and I always repeat it. Burkina Faso has been a base to destabilize some countries, and it is not good. Burkina Faso was a base for terrorists here. This is the price we pay to prevent the people of this country, who I speak of, to speak to their leaders, and to stop this policy because it doesn't suit them at all. To come in the field of communication and culture, we have launched several initiatives. During the year 2024, you celebrated with us the month of local consumption. We had the traditional day.
Yo, I did not know that this video was this heavy, bro. I did not watch this entire video. What in the entire... Listen. Hey, man, let me make sure. Although I'm operating under the parameters of fair use, yo, make sure y'all go check this content creator out, man. Alright, they steadily you know what I'm saying, making sure that they get out the information. I'm not always going to be able to cover the stuff that's going on in these areas. This channel definitely make sure they cover it, so if y'all interested to keep abreast of what the hell going on in Burkina Faso and Africa, that's one of the channels that you can go subscribe to. I just dropped the link in the chat. Damn, I'm subbed up.
Days, the month of heritage, many activities have been carried out. We will continue to bring back our culture because this is where we find our identity. We will continue actions in this direction to enhance our culture, to enhance our customs, and to enhance the life of Burkina Faso. And we wish that everyone is an actor of the emergence of Burkina Faso through his way of communicating, because everything is also in communication. You have recently followed the communication war that was waged against us, and it continues. It will not stop, and I wish that everyone who is in communication can be professional.
Man, listen, I think we could clearly say that Ibrahim Choi is not a puppet for no entity, no elites, no none of that. As a matter of fact, this man is making a case that he's an enemy of the elites. He is totally against everything that they got going on. God damn.
When we want to make a communication act, we ask ourselves if it is for the country or against the country before making the act. No matter, you may not love us, my person, you may not love me, but you must love your country.
Man said, I don't care if you love me. Mr. Andrew Holness, you could take a page out of this man's book. for the positive.
Nous avons lancé plusieurs initiatives.
He said, I don't care if you love me, love your country, but you care if we love you, but you don't want us to love anybody, anything else. Just follow you, love you, don't question you, no accountability, no nothing. Shit, that's soft, man. That's soft.
By hurting me, you should not confuse the country. And so politics in the field of communication will have to go in this direction. And we will be forced to frame communication on all aspects. And it is this line of conduct that will be adopted. We will not allow Burkinabés to communicate against Burkina Faso. We will always have to be aware. We must be able to raise awareness so that people understand why we have to fight on all fronts.
Man, basically, man saying, bruh, we gonna make sure we know what the hell going on with y'all, man. Not gonna allow you to destroy us from the inside out. Tell me what y'all think about that. They're gonna put out a communications act. I don't know what the act is gonna have, but you know, people might be, you know, tracked or I don't know. If they say certain words, you know, certain plans or code words, they might pick it up. I don't know what they're gonna do, but basically it's in the best interest of the freedom of the entire country. So what y'all think about that? Are y'all okay with that? Even if it's in another country, are you guys cool with that? Are you guys? Let me know y'all opinions, man. Dang.
Returning to the field of agriculture, as you can see, we have launched initiatives since 2023, and this year the offensive has been launched. It is going more or less well. I would like people to understand that we have decided to give a large part of our budget in our time to the agricultural world.
Yo, it's hard not to like this dude, bro. Listen, man. Andrew Holden, can you take a page out of this man's book? Right? Can we? The next leader of the country, man, can we start investing in agriculture? Can we start investing in the people like this man is doing? Putting them in positions to learn so they can be in top areas of production within the country. His country is about gold. You know what I'm saying? But the action of investing in the people is what I'm saying.
Because more than 90% of our population is peasant. But for decades, they have never felt the interest in their public. And that is why we have decided to undertake a number of initiatives that we propose.
90% of their population is, They are rich in gold and 90% of their population is in, dirt poverty? 90? He said more than 90, let me go back.
Because more than 90% of our population is peasant. But for decades, they have...
More than 90% is peasant? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Let's wake up and smell the coffee on this one, man. That's wild, yo.
Never felt the interest in their public. And that is why we have decided to undertake a number of initiatives that we propose. We would like to be able to work on all the fields of all Burkina Faso peasants, to give them the seeds they need, and allow them to have the necessary income to be able to help us in the fight against food insecurity. Because food self-sufficiency is a right.
Food self-sufficiency is a right. Mr. Onus, instead of importing all of this stuff. What? Come on, man. If we are in any agreement that is hindering us from investing more in agriculture, yeah, those agreements need to be null and void, thrown in the dirt, get them back their money. I don't know what, man, listen, we cannot move forward like this. We got a drought problem. Water is a problem here in Jamaica now. If water continues to be a problem, I'm gonna get unhinged. I'm gonna get triggered. You understand what I'm saying? I need water. Just the fact that it's running and I know it's running and it's there, it gives me a peace of mind. What's up? Without the water, yeah.
It is in this same sense that we have recently created the National Office for the Development of Hydro-Agricultural Dams. We are going to equip it because everyone is a witness in your different regions that we have retained a lot of dams, but which are sanded and blocked, and we have the possibility to build other dams. We are paying for the equipment for this office so that it can be deployed on the territory, and with the contribution of the population, we are going to be able to build a lot of dams and sand a lot of dams.
This instead of the tax dollars that the people are paying, he is utilizing it and being accountable and being transparent. Mr. Andrew Holness, the stuff that you said you would do, this man is currently doing. He not just saying it, he doing it. Remember when you just came out and you was telling us it's gonna be change and it's gonna be great for the young people and, you know, prosperity and all of this? He's doing it. He's doing it.
We are going to continue this fight until we reach food self-sufficiency and that our populations can eat when they are hungry. In the fields of infrastructure, we have a crucial lack of roads. And by doing the analysis, we have found for some roads very old studies. And for...
Don't let me start talking about the roads of Jamaica. And you talk about infrastructure all the while. And one of the most important infrastructure, roads. Yo, listen, man. If you drive in Jamaica on a daily basis, you know I ain't lying. You gotta be, you start to know where every pothole is if you're really a serious driver, because you have to, just to avoid damaging your vehicle. That's a fact. That is not an exaggeration. That is a fact. And you talk about infrastructure. What infrastructure? And I'm telling you, a year from now, this dude is still running Burkina Faso and he's alive and well. Oh, he gonna make all y'all in the Caribbean. Every leader that is BSing in the Caribbean, Ibrahim Troy is gonna make all y'all look like ish. Trust me when I tell you that. Don't worry. You'll see.
For others, there are no studies. We cannot build a road without having studies. Studies are pre-allable. That is why in this sector we have ordered the ministry to do a lot of studies on a lot of sections, which will allow us in the future to be able to launch work and do this work well so that it will be sustainable on a lot of sections. For this, we have noticed that the cost to build 1 kilometer of sections are around 500 million francs. So for 100 kilometers with the sanitary works, we do not have less than 60 billion to build 100 kilometers of roads. It is very expensive and very expensive. The technique has been to create brigades of intervention of infrastructures. We are wanting to equip several brigades with the equipment to do the minimum and to allow the companies of the BTP to live and to play a part. We will share the burden to be able to reduce the expenses and to be able to do the maximum of roads possible.
You hear what that man just said? He's going to equip himself to deduct the amount of money it's going to cost them to do these roads. Self-sufficiency. Not just give an outsider the contract and then that money doesn't stay within the country. You see the difference of thinking and action? Who's building all these roads in Jamaica? Where's their money going? How much of the money stays in Jamaica? How much time does a person's paycheck circulate within their own hands? They have a saying in Jamaica, as it come and gone. I've worked for people many years of my life, and I could tell you how that goes. Working a 9 to 5, and it's Your money is done before the second day in the week. That money that you're gonna get paid Friday is done. It's done, son. Second day in the week. That's how much the pay is trash. And the cost of living is high. And things have gotten worse. Inflation has gotten worse.
This has already started, and we will continue during these 5 years in this process, so that in all the regions we will be able to rally the maximum of leaders of the provinces, and that we will be able to sell our goods, and that people will be able to move safely. In the field of urbanism, we are in a process to be able to redesign our cities. If you notice, the cities are too big if we take Ouagadougou, but the sanitation infrastructures do not follow. This means that we walk in the mud and we do not have enough sanitation. This creates many diseases that can lead to epidemics. We have a process to be able to concentrate the cities through high-rise buildings. For this, we have a plan that we have established to be able to go from one neighborhood and concentrate the maximum and now extend to other neighborhoods. Certainly, if people are displaced in these neighborhoods, a lot of land will be freed to be able to draw good plans for our cities. We will start with the cities, a certain number of cities, and be able to extend it to all the other cities. Urbanism must be able to lead us to play on the field of health, because if urbanization is well done, there are a good number of diseases such as dengue, cholera, and certain diseases linked to dirty water that stagnate in our streets. We will therefore have a good result in the health field. This brings me to the field of health.
Yo, this man is breaking it down how he's going to do what he's going to do in the next 5 years, bro. And everything he's saying, it connects, it makes sense. I hope y'all listening. And I'm telling you, based off his actions, I believe he's going to achieve every single thing if nobody interferes with this man's life. Yep. He gonna achieve every single thing he said just now. That's my opinion.
Health. We have decided for a long time to raise the technical plateau of a certain number of CHRs to equip certain centers with scanners and devices that can allow citizens to have adequate and low-cost exams. We will continue.
Oh my God. Don't let me talk about the healthcare system. Come on. No, listen.
Continue in this process. This is why
here in Jamaica, the public healthcare system.
We launched the health initiative at the Council of Past Ministers. It will be about creating what we have called community health centers. In these health centers, we have integrated a minimum of services that must be served to the population. It will be about imaging, that is, everything related to ultrasound and radiography, blood banks and laboratories, so that the populations of different provinces and municipalities do not have to move or need an ambulance for a blood transfusion to bring patients to certain centers, which may not happen because of the state of the road. This initiative has already been launched, and we will ensure that we can start before the end of the year the construction of the first centers and their equipment. We will continue this step by step to the limit of our means to be able to give a strong health system to all our populations. We do not want to see someone leave their locality to come to a health center for a radio or for a blood transfusion. So it is quite possible, because I come back to our imperialists who have been begging us for a long time to look at their simple hospitals for their animals, which are more equipped than our health centers. This is not conceivable. We can reach this level, and we have decided to fight to reach this level. The ministry has also been instructed to train the personnel necessary to equip these centers as we put them in place.
The man said we can and we will. All right? Yeah, we can and we will.
Because it requires committed professionals. And to be more precise, we have noticed that we have quite good doctors taking the example of those who operate the heart. We are therefore accompanying them to be able to have a well-equipped center and allow them to do some heart surgery on site because they have the capacity. We are waiting for their point of situation to be able to help them and support them. Many other specialties have proven themselves, and we will do everything to accompany them. In the initiative, we have also planned reanimation centers in some CHRs that do not have one, because after several operations, patients often die due to lack of reanimation centers. So it is a whole that we are putting in place to be able to strengthen the health systems. And we are
Yo, he sounds like he has gotten a detailed, he's done a detailed look at the problems in the country, and he's just outlining like, this is how we're gonna fix it. From one industry to the next.
Convinced that if the Burkinabes eat to their fill and the urbanization is well done, we have already gained in terms of health on many levels, and we must now accompany them with the equipment. In the field of education, we have made the diagnosis, and as you know, our fellow students are here. Is not the right option. This is why we no longer want to build these isolated centers with small houses.
Now I'm gonna leave it right there. I think I made my point, and I'm over the 2-hour mark, which is a good indication that I don't need to react to any more of the video, because the meat and potatoes of the matter you've seen. This speech from, Ibrahim Choi exposes leaders that act as a colonizer. They not like us. They not like us, y'all. Alright? They are not like us.
Side, but 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer.
Alright? You're not a colleague. If you're an enemy of progress for the collective people of Jamaica, you're not a colleague, you a effing colonizer. You understand what I'm saying? You a puppet. Yeah, you a puppet. You a puppet, man. That's crazy. I want to thank the 26 people that hit the like button. Now, I see a lot of y'all have not been so active in the chat. However, I still want to extend the courtesy of asking you guys if you are interested in hitting the StreamYard link. Now, if you're not interested, put a 2 in the chat. If you are interested, put a 1 in the chat. And I'll be looking to see who wants to hit the link and who don't. All right. Now, I hope that for those that are not aware of all of the ins and outs and the goings of here in Jamaica, I hope that I was clear enough. I delivered my message with great understanding for you guys to, you know what I'm saying, comprehend with my points that I'm trying to put across. You know what I'm saying? I really hope that y'all get it. I really hope that y'all get it. Ibrahim Choi as a leader, his approach, right? His approach and how he's doing things for him, for his country, for his people, for generations to come. This man is setting generational success for you know, generations that might not even see, you know his name. You know what I'm saying? They probably walk into a utopia, you know what I'm saying, and never know who really started this. You know what I mean? So, but in the meantime, you know, our leader Andrew Holness here in Jamaica talks about legacy a lot. But his legacy is turning into not declaring his assets, being investigated for illicit enrichment. You know what I'm saying? You can't not declare your assets for goddamn since 2021. Now it's 2024, 2020, 2021, and you don't declare your assets, and you're still the leader of the country, and you talking down on vloggers, acting as if they lying on you. Like all of them is just lying on you. I know I can speak for myself. I've definitely used the word alleged in its right context, because it is what it is. But if you ask me what I believe, I ain't even gotta say it. Jamaica has been a playground for corruption politically. And the level at which it's at, the more and more comes out over the years passing by, you know, I can just imagine what we have not yet discovered. But on the opposite end, you have Ibrahim Troy that is actively working as a leader to clean up his country. He came in as an interim leader, and the people said, "We want you forever to be our leader." But that wouldn't be democracy. So he got 5 years. Right? The people did that. Mr. Andrew Holness, can you and any member of the parliament of the JLB, can you guys honestly say that the Jamaican people have felt the impact of a positive impact of your, you know, being put in the position that you have been put in? Can people say, yo, man, he really has been putting in that work? You know, I know this person, I know that person, I know persons over there. I've seen people on the news that has benefited from. And I'm not talking about no under the table stuff. I'm talking about putting programs in place that is making the Jamaican people more and more successful as the years pass by. Agriculture, again, focusing on agriculture, helping the farmers so they can compete on the global market instead of importing all of this stuff. There's so much I could say, but it's late, and I've been here 2 hours and 22 minutes. I've given y'all all of my energy, all of my strength, all of my mind in this one. All right? And I hope you guys appreciate it. Hit the like button, share the live. It's your brother Bolo V&R. I want to thank Brian776, Chris Blackwell. I'm talking about, man, Writers, Cutting Edge, Cavs Butterfly, Ryan Campbell, Double Speaks. I hope you feel better, my brother. Maga was the first one in here. Miss Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed morning. And yeah, that's my time. I'm up out of here. Peace. It's Brother Bolo V&R. Let me know what y'all think, man. For me, like I said, this speech, as the title says, exposes leaders that act as colonizers for the elite. Listen to this. Listen to this live a few more times. Alright? Trust me. You'll start soaking it. Alright? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm up out of here. Peace. We gonna slide out like this with Tupac, man. He goes, oh. Wait a minute. Where my favorite Tupac at, man? Yo, where my favorite Tupac? That Tupac is the perfect. I'm talking about the perfect. The perfect Tupac to be played. You hear me? Yep. Huh? So I gotta delete that. Let me find it real quick. But Tupac said it. This right here is everything, man. Y'all bear with me. Thanks to the 7 rock out with me, man. I appreciate y'all, man. God damn. Here it is. Here it is. I gotta make sure I got this in the vault. always on my OBS. It's just one of those things. Letter to the president? Nah. Thank you. I appreciate you trying, but that's not what I was saying. It's not a music thing. It's an audio that he did. I'm gonna name this browser Tupac. Yeah, I'm gonna name it that. What is this? Create a new one. Yeah, there you go. This is the extras, man. You see this big rich town. Yeah. I kick them from the lowest spots. Bright lights, city lights, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. Yeah.
This world is such a and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme. Everybody back.
Pause. All the way. Alright. Let's carry this all the way down here. I don't need to show the visual. I just need y'all to hear the audio. Yeah, let's speed it up. 1.5.
This world is such a and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped. Just, I feel like, instead of us just being like, slavery's bad. Bad whitey. I mean, all right, let's stop that. And everybody's smart enough to know that, we've been slighted. And we want ours. And I don't mean by like ours, 40 acres and a mule, because we're past that. But we need help. For us to be on our own 2 feet, us meaning youth, or us meaning black people, whatever you want to take it for us to be on our own 2 feet, we do need help. Because we have been here. We have been a good friend. If you want to make it a relationship type thing, we have been there, and now we deserve our payback. It's like you got a friend that you don't never look out for. You dressed up in jewels. Now America's got jewels, and they paid and everything, and they lending money to everybody except us. And it's like, everybody need a little help on their way to being, self-reliant. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about the album, about the Special Olympics. Everybody need a little something and they to be independent. No independent person just grew up and was born independent. You worked and you learned teamwork and you learned cooperation and unity and struggle, and then you became independent. And we have to teach that and instill that. And why is it that they want to do that? If this is truly a melting pot in the country where we care about it, and Lady Liberty got a hand like this, she really loves us, then we really need to be like that. And it needs to be the black kids. And if there's a white person who got money, then you need to help them. You need to help black kids, Mexican kids, Korean kids, whatever. But it needs to be real. And it need to be before we all die, and then you say, oh, I made a mistake. We should have gave them some money. We really should have helped these folks. It's going to be too late. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you got to pay your own karma. And that's when God make you punish. When God punishes you. Because I feel like, it's too much money here. Nobody should be hitting lotto for 36 million and we got people starving in the streets. That is not idealistic. That's just real. That is just stupid. There's no way Michael Jackson should have, or whoever Jackson, should have $1 million, $1 billion, and then there's people starving. There's no way. There's no way that these people should own planes and their people don't have houses, apartments, shacks, drawers, pants.
You say people say, well, they earned it. Now you go out and you're earning it.
If they earned it, then I think that that's good. I think that they deserve it. But even if you earned it, you still owe. Because look at me, I don't have that mega money, but I feel guilty walking by somebody. I got to give them some mail. And if I know I got $3,000 in my pocket, I feel like it's wrong to give that person a quarter or a dollar. It's wrong. Only you know what you got in your pocket. And that's wrong. No matter what they do, if they take it and drink it, they take it and drink it. But you got. You understand? And we all know how hard it is, and it's not about if you good or you bad. So since it's not about if you good or you bad, we know that because he don't got don't mean he was bad. Or don't mean he's a criminal, or don't mean he's crazy, or a drug addict, or none of that. It just means he don't got. And ain't it bad that you got 30? Can you imagine somebody having $32 million? $32 million. And this person has nothing, and you can sleep. You can still go to the movies about, and then these are the type of people that get humanitarian awards. Millionaires. How can they be humanitarians? By the fact that they millionaires and there's so many poor people shows how unhumane they are. You know what I'm saying? And that bugs me. Not saying that when I'm never going to be rich, and you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's a struggle, and I think everybody deserves it. And I think there's a way to pay these people.
Yep.
I think there is a way. It just takes to be revolutionary. And it takes to do something out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that if we just said, okay, I got an idea. No more porno buildings, you know what I'm saying? Let's build houses. Or no more polo games. Let's build houses for poor people. You know what I'm saying? Or, look, okay, I know you're rich. I know you got $40 billion, but can you just keep it to one house? You only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it to 2 rooms? I mean, why have 52 rooms and you know there's somebody with no room? It just don't make sense to me. It don't. And then these people celebrate Christmas. They got big trees, huge trees, all the little trimmings. Everybody got gifts, and then somebody's starving. And they're having a white Christmas. They're having a great Christmas, eggnog and the whole 9. That's not fair to me.
Brian said the way he thought is why he isn't here today, in my opinion. Hey, man. Hey. You're entitled to your opinion. However you're looking at it, trust me, you might have a point, whether good or bad. Whether you're looking at it as a negative that he shouldn't have spoken that way, or you're looking at it, you have too much truth, okay? See, hey, I understand. But it is see, when the universe challenges you and charges you to act, that voice that you understand, it's like you don't have a choice. You will forever live in torment because you didn't say it, if that makes sense. There are some people that are charged by the universe to speak the truth, regardless of the consequences, actually knowing what could be the consequences. But they weren't designed to live in fear. They were designed to understand the real threat, but still do what it is that the universe requires them to do for the greater good. You ever hear the Bob Marley that said, don't be afraid of them because none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? I'm gonna find that song. I'm gonna find that song right now. This is why I love when the chat interacts. Appreciate you, Brian. I appreciate you for that. Trust me. YouTube, Bob Marley. How long shall they kill our prophets? I know they're gonna want to copy chat, but I'm almost done. I'll take it. How long shall they kill our prophets? Bob Marley, Redemption Song. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is another one of our heroes that was propelled to speak. He was propelled to speak. He knew Bob Marley was in one of the most dangerous situations here in Jamaica with the 2 political parties, the climate at the time. And the fire that the universe put in him, he could not respond. He had to. Even understanding that he could be taken away from his wife and his family at any point in time, or from this world, because of what is going on. The threat on his life was imminent. Even that day when he went on that platform, when the 2 political parties was there and he held their hands up like this, they were actively trying to take him up out of here days before. Hey, man, respect for that, man. Salute to you, man. This is Bob right here. Perfect way to end this off. Much respect. All right. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry about that, Brian 776. I got a tweet Nightbot. Lord. I'm glad it happened though, because now I get to fix it before it happens again. Nightbot out here taking people out, boy. Lord have mercy. Let me disable this. Excess emojis, disable that. Links, of course. No, nobody can drop no links. You're not a mod. This filter allows you to time out users when they use their. Let me disable that. I just want y'all to get warned. I don't want you guys to get timed out. I'll do the timing out. Nightbot, chill out. I just disabled Nightbot. Yo, it's a good thing it happened, boy. Man, I forgot this was the backup channel. Because on the backup channel, I had Nightbot swinging. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you go crazy, Nightbot getting you getting 5 seconds, you getting 10, 20, 30 seconds, a minute. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's annoying for people because they just used to typing like that. But yeah, actually YouTube don't like it either. YouTube don't like that type of stuff. But before I go off on another tangent and we be here for whoa, it's 2 hours and 41 minutes, man. I'm getting the hell up out of here, man. Salute. Y'all be good. Thank y'all for staying with me. The 9 people that's here, 7 people, I don't know how many. Salute to y'all. And see y'all later, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And shout out to Nightbot. I finally got you back. Guess I was wondering, where's all the links? Sub up to my Bolo V&R if you haven't already for all of my new subs. That's my main channel. I'm not using it right now. You see the donation links. He's dropping all types of important links in there and instructions. Sub up to all my channels. You can email me, follow me on Instagram, all that going on in this chat. You heard? So salute.